is 4 plus and I'm still breastfeeding him this time. But this time I'm 40. Last time I was 26, but the information made the difference. I think a birth is sometime you and me will remember in our deathbed also. You close your eyes, you can still remember the moment. A C-section is a very noble operation, especially when you do it to save the mother's life or the baby's life. It's one of the most beautifulest acts where you allow a person to cut open your body because you want to save another life or you want to save your own life. And I think women should be applauded for that.
Achha, you just busted the whole myth.
There is no good mother, bad mother, superpower mother. A mother doesn't need any adjectives. I think I want to tell this to every mother out there. You are enough as a mother. If a baby chooses you, okay, among all the millions and zillions of lives out there, that baby believed in whatever case that you are the best mother.
Welcome to the Debina Bonnerjee show. Welcome to the Debina Bonnerjee show. आज हमारे साथ है एक बहुत ही खास मेहमान जो प्रेगनेंसी और मदरहुड की जर्नी को आसान और एम्पावरिंग बनाने के काम कर रही है। अनुपमा वृक्षम एक सर्टिफाइड बर्थ एडुकेटर है जो अपनी प्री प्रेगनेंसी, अर्ली प्रेगनेंसी और लेबर मैनेजमेंट क्लासेस के जरिए अनकाउंटेबल फैमिलीज को गाइड कर चुकी है। फेल्ड आईवीएफ, लो एएमएच जैसे चैलेंजेस के बाद भी उनके टेक्निक्स जैसे कि स्मार्ट ब्रीदिंग, पोस्चर करेक्शंस काफी लोगों को नेचुरली कंसीव करने में मदद की है। चलिए उनसे जानते हैं कि कैसे वो चाइल्ड बर्थ और मदरहुड के आसपास के स्टिग्मा तोड़ रही है और मदर्स को अपने सफर पर भरोसा करना सिखा रही है। वेलकम टू द Debina Bonnerjee show, Anupama ji. Thank you so much for coming.
It's my pleasure to come all the way down from South and be in such an esteemed show. I think it's a real pleasure for me.
I had personally been following your videos and some of them were so hard-hitting that I felt, my God, I mean, these kind of clarifications needs to come in the society. How did you get into this, being a child pregnancy educator, pre-pregnancy educator, and in this profession?
Yeah. So I think it started off with my own pregnancy, though I was very well learned and I was a professional. When it came to my own pregnancy, I felt I was just at the mercy of information from people around me. So anything, okay, even if I had to eat something, there were always people instructing me, hey, do this, do that. So though I was well learned and I could make so many independent decisions in my life about my career, even about choosing a life partner, but when it came to pregnancy, I felt so belittled because I always had to rely on information from people around me, and a lot of times myths were entrusted and I did not know it was myths. For example, okay, my first child, okay, I could breastfeed him only till 11 months because a lot of time, okay, I was told that no, you don't have enough milk, okay, and no, you should be giving cow's milk at this stage. No, you should be doing this. And when this comes from elders, from people who you love, you can't question them and you go about that, right?
Absolutely. I mean, this took me back to my time. And I would say that I also could breastfeed my baby till about 7 months. And right from the day zero, I would say, like first 2-3 days, so there's only colostrum. But after that, everybody, in fact, even the, Malish Wali, she was also telling, no, you should top it up with milk. The baby is still hungry. There is not enough milk. See, every day I used to feel very bad about the whole thing. And also you're concerned.
Yes.
That, the baby is hungry. I'm maybe being egoistic. That also is going on in your mind. So
Yes.
I believe that, yes, an education must be there where, we need to know what is happening within ourselves or a professional to guide us rather than, a daima and people around to give their opinions.
Yeah, what you're telling is very true. See, that's the difference. Okay, my second one, he is 4 plus and I'm still breastfeeding him this time because of the information. And also I've been a breast milk donor this time. I'm almost donated like 6 liters of breast milk this time. But this time I'm 40. Last time I was 26, but the information made the difference.
My God. Acha, you just busted the whole myth ki the younger you are, the better your body responds, the older you are, your body loses the capability. It's the right thing that you are doing to your body.
Of course. Yeah, I think, and nourishing the baby is one of the best gifts that Mother Nature has given us. And if we know the right information, it really, see, the whole difference in both the journeys was just the information. It was just me in both the places. But this time I knew better. When someone came and told me that your milk is not enough, I knew to tell them that I know. I knew information to find out. Okay, I was not just going blind by ego. I knew exactly. I was checking his urine output. Is he how his weight gain? Everything. I knew to find out. So that was the difference. And this time I knew that the body. See, the more you breastfeed, the more milk comes in. Okay, the baby suckles, and that's how more milk is produced. So this time, okay, I think I was more empowered. And when people were telling me you don't have milk, I had the right information to find out whether I was making enough milk, because I would check the baby's urine output. So if your baby is passing good urine, the weight gain is good. As a mother, you know that your milk is coming well. And this time, I think
It's
I
not right to, press the tummy and see whether the tummy is full
no,
or not. How
and I
people.
mean, the biggest myth that people don't still understand about breastfeeding, they think you need to eat so much to make milk. But it's a natural phenomenon. The more suckling, the latch should be proper. This time I knew to check if my latch was proper. The baby was getting good amount of milk. And that actually made the difference. And this time I knew that the more milk the baby takes out, more milk is produced. So that's why I was very confident about donating 6 liters of breast milk this time. And you won't believe, I have a student of mine who've donated 100 liters of breast milk in the first 1 year of the baby's life.
Oh my God, and that's such a noble act.
Of course, see, a breast milk donation is something, okay, that you can do only in the first 1 year of the baby's life. Even blood donation, you can do it at different times, but breast milk, you can do it. And you won't believe that when you do breast milk donation, it's going to a very tiny baby in the NICU who will literally thrive. So you're not only giving your baby life, you're giving life to someone else's baby. And that
How
karma will come back to you.
beautiful.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I think that awareness about breast milk donation is very important. And when women donate breast milk, it gives them the empowerment that they can. And when other people and family sees you, okay, she is able to breastfeed not only her child, but so many children are benefiting. They stop telling mothers that you can't make milk. You got it. So because people still think that women are not even enough to make milk for their own children. They think, okay, modern women are weak just because they do not do household chores like how the elders did. They portray modern women, okay, to be weak in their body. They feel you're not fit for a vaginal birth. They tell you you can't make milk. But I think when women have that information, they can put their head up high and say, I can. I think education makes the difference.
How beautiful. This is another version of a modern woman who just not only, dresses up or show modernity in different other ways, but to feel empowered from within and knowing that what is happening to herself and taking care of your own life in your, manuring your own life yourself, not getting guided by the surroundings.
Yeah, I think, okay, see, though all our family means well for us, but a lot of times, okay, a lot of myths have penetrated. Okay, there's a lot of gaps. Okay, the last time your mother raised a child, okay, or gave birth to a child was 25 years back. But probably when your mother, okay, was asking something from your grandmother, the last time your grandmother gave birth to a child was probably 5 years back. So there's a lot of gap. And to bridge the gap, education is important.
I can clearly understand. Like my mom and one of her maternal uncle was younger to her. So my grandmother gave birth to my mother, and after 3 months, my great grandmother gave birth to her son. So they were exchanging informations on the same ground, But here there has been like a proper generational gap. I can now understand what you are saying.
We think that family should be educated. So first, when I started my classes, I was doing it only for the women in their pregnancy. Then I understood women alone don't make the pregnancy, and men also should be involved. Then I started doing couple session where I had both the husband and wife coming in. Then I realized that without the family, it's not happening. Then now I have mothers and mother-in-laws. And the last session I did last week, we had great grandmothers also joining in the session. And I think that is the change. It's
Mother, do you have that fight that we at home have sometimes, with our mother or our grandmother, that no, this is how we used to do?
Yeah, but the thing is, like, no, see, I think nowadays, okay, I don't know what has brought about the change, but people are more open to unlearning also. So when a mother or mother-in-law comes into the class, and the way we tell the information, how we put it across to them, then they think, yes, what you're telling is sense. Yes, now I understand. And a lot of times, no, there was one grandmother who was telling me, I really felt I forgot everything. But after your classes, I feel now I remember everything. So that makes a difference. And I think that empowerment from family is very important, because nowadays, no, mothers have lost hope in their own child. They'll be like, I had a vaginal birth because I did so much work. But you, I'm scared. Will you be able to bear the pain? So when your own mother says this, as a daughter, how low you will start feeling about your body, what low esteem you will have about your body, because you don't grind in those big attas anymore. You're using a mixer. So your body is weak. That's how they portrayed it. So what we start feeling is, maybe I am not fit to have a vaginal birth. Maybe my body cannot do it. My grandmother's was able to do it because she did so much work. So over years, women have started losing their trust in their own bodies, which is very unfortunate.
So, the once you lose the trust because you are being told by your mother, your body also reacts differently?
Yeah, of course, no, you start getting stressed. See, a simple thing like, okay, there is a couple who's planning a baby. I had a doctor who was doing her PG, okay, and 3 years, okay, she postponed it, planning a pregnancy, because she was like kind of doing her PG there. And she comes back home, and 1 month, 2 months into the planning, it doesn't happen. And her mother starts, see, it's been 3 years, everyone are asking. And then she starts getting nervous. Oh my God, did I do the right thing? Okay, maybe I should have not done my PG now. Should I have had the baby and then done it? Now it's not happening. Month after month, okay. See, actually she's trying only for 2 months. But the way it's been 3 years and 2 months and you're married and you're not giving us a good news. So she starts getting panicked, and because the society sees her as married for 3 years and 2 months. But only she knows that she's been planning only for 2 months. But then she's not able to resonate that. She's now scared about people. She starts getting
the
scared.
Outside becomes a noise.
Yeah, she's getting, oh my God, maybe. And she becomes desperate to become pregnant. And the third month, she's desperate. Okay, and then she signed up for my classes. And then after the classes, okay, and she did become pregnant few months after that. And she enrolled her kid now in our school. And she told me, I really want to tell you how much of a difference, because after your class, I felt that, okay, my body can do it. I don't have to panic. It's just been 3 months, because there was no one to tell me that. Not even my own mother could tell me, it's okay, baby. It's just 3 months. You have a long time. Come on, you're doing the right thing. There is no one to tell me that. That's the difference.
So most of the time we take stress, and that spoils the whole thing
altogether.
Stress,
anxiety, desperacy to become pregnant, desperacy to show results, to prove the family that you've not done something wrong by focusing on your career or something
like
that.
Sitting for an open exam.
Exactly.
Where the examiner is looking at your paper while you are writing it. Even if you know all the answers, you will fail because you are looking at it.
Yeah, month after month you keep asking, okay, you got your periods this time. Okay, your periods are nearing. Are you feeling anything? And just imagine. So for her, no, just from the time of ovulation to her period, she is in whole anxiety. This time, will it happen? And then they've made things like, oh, walk slowly. don't do this, don't do that. She's completely lost the faith in her body, and things can happen. She's just lost it. Okay, and then there's this desperation to also run a race against someone else in the family. Your sister-in-law gets married and she might get pregnant before you. You better work hard.
Or maybe, your younger sister
Exactly.
is waiting to
Yeah.
get married or something like that. Yeah, okay. But then this is a story where there was no problem. It was just anxiety. But I have heard about your pre-pregnancy classes and offline and online. After attending your classes, women with low AMH and various other problems, failed IVFs and all, they have been able to conceive.
Yeah.
So what is that miracle that you do?
Trust me, I don't talk about any magical potions. If you're thinking there would be one, I think it's about holistic things. See, when people, I think we are in a fast world where people expect that one pill to solve everything. And even when they go for treatments or everything, they just want the treatment to work without putting any effort from their side. They think they can just be going on the lifestyle, they can still be smoking, they can still be drinking, they can do everything, but the treatment should work. And when it doesn't, they lose hope. They start getting stressed. They put more pressure on their body, okay, more stress, and they cause a total havoc. So our classes mostly focus on a holistic change, like proper lifestyle changes, okay, for healthier sperms and healthier eggs.
So you do it individually?
No, it's a group class, okay.
Then you identify the problems individually, or you?
No, it is just a general thing, okay. It's not medically focused. I want to clear it. It's not medically focused because there are beautiful doctors to do that for you. So what we talk about in our classes is holistic lifestyle changes, diet, okay, even simple things like diet people take for granted. So much of junk food, eating at all times. There's so many things happening. So trying to get them onto a proper diet and trying to put it in the mind that men also have to play an equal role. Because they think pregnancy, oh, you go for treatment, you go for everything. What about your sperms? How healthy it is? That's not my problem. You go for all the treatments. That's what men say. Even the mother-in-law will say, you first go and see the doctor. If nothing is happening, after a year, my son will come. What is this? See, when the pregnancy is not happening and they're going to a doctor, both of them should be going together. Yeah, because the problem can be with anyone. But that itself, people are not ready to accept. I think when you're preparing for a pregnancy, it is about both of you preparing, as a man and as a woman together. And also we talk about intimacy. Because people, you won't believe, okay, intercourse in the bedroom is now become more like a tool to make a pregnancy. So the whole charm of it is gone, and that's intercourse becomes stress. So they don't only have lifestyle stresses, now intercourse itself is a stress. So a lot of times, okay, people think that something great is happening in that webinar, but sometimes we just tackle simple things in your life. I say it takes little drops to make an ocean. The same way, working on your body little by little, okay, trust me, makes a difference when the women and the man feels empowered about their body. Especially after a miscarriage, a woman feels that my body sucks. It killed my baby. That's how the family tells her. Your body cannot even, your uterus is not strong enough to even hold a baby. And then she starts feeling,
and a woman feels, I'm not woman enough.
Yeah, exactly. And there's no one to tell her, come on, baby, the miscarriage was not your fault. You can work it out. And women just need to hear it. So sometimes, okay, these webinars is about building the lost self-confidence about their bodies and giving them hope that, come on, you can still get control of your body. And these webinars, okay, are not only for natural conception. We have a lot of people who are trying for IVFs. They come for that positivity before that, or an IUI, and they still think, come on, I can do it. So it's holistic about installing that positivity in about your body, helping you trust your body, helping you bring your stress down, helping you follow a right diet, helping you to make a beautiful love life.
How beautiful. So, I can clearly understand that when you are going through the process of, trying for a baby, and when you count the day of your ovulation,
exactly,
when you are going through even IUI, It's more about a day and a time when sex loses its charm. It is more of a job. So there should be somebody to, get you back into track, to make you feel that, this is not a job. I mean, look at it the other way.
Yeah, I think, okay, a lot of times I have to remind couples that marriage is not only about making a baby. It's about a lifetime of companionship and enjoying it. But in the name of making a baby, a lot of times people lose that charm of that companionship. They lose the charm of that relationship between them. So I think they need someone to remind them that, come on, there is so much more in life, okay? And when they
They
feel
don't
that
lose
ease,
the relationship
exactly,
in the middle of all these commotion.
yeah, of course, it's not only like in what do you call pre-pregnancy, even in pregnancy, after birth, okay, after a baby, okay, sometimes, okay, the whole charm of that marriage loses is because we are more focused on planning a pregnancy, raising the baby, and there's so much more to a relationship that a lot of times women and men feel lost. Yeah, I think they need someone to remind them that.
How beautiful. There is a lot of mention about, some breathing techniques that you.
Yeah, so we teach breathing techniques, okay, in for our pregnancy students. See, if you read our birth stories, okay, there will be so many times people mention that I did not scream, I did not shout. It's not about ego saying I did not scream, I did not shout, but through the labor, when you're screaming and shouting, what happens is by the time you come to the second stage of labor, that is the pushing the baby, you get exhausted. And when the doctor asks you to push, you don't have the energy to push. So, but instead, okay, I think it starts even before the breathing technique, it starts with empowering yourself about labor. What is labor? I mean, is this a contraction? Which stage of labor am I? Okay, when the doctor tells me I'm 3 centimeters dilated, what does it mean? Okay, and what can I do when I'm in labor? Because everyone, okay, you're in labor, you have to endure pain. But how can I make it better for myself? So how can I handle labor? No one teaches you, even your parents, okay, there's labor. As a woman, you have to go through it and that's it. Okay, but what do I do there in the labor ward? No, nothing. So, but when you use breathing techniques, they act as a distraction. Okay, and when you focus on doing breathing techniques, you don't feel the pain much as you would do when you don't do the breathing techniques. So
Okay.
what happens is in labor, they are able to cope up well. So they lose lesser energy in the first stage of labor, which actually helps the labor to progress also, because the more relaxed you are, your labor progresses well. So it's only not about breathing techniques, positions during labor, movement during labor, which will all act as a coping technique, visualization, relaxation, small things. They're not big, but they make a substantial change in labor. And I've been in so many labors where women are calm during labor, they are doing breathing exercises, they are moving, they know, they can understand their body, they don't get scared looking at someone screaming in the next bed. They know what is happening, they're focused on their baby, they're focused on their body, and they go about giving birth and having a positive birthing experience. I think a birth is sometime you and me will remember in our deathbed also. You close your eyes, you can still remember the moment you gave birth to your child. And I think every woman, be it a abdominal birth or a vaginal birth, really, okay, deserves a positive birthing experience. Not something she's traumatized, not something she's so scared, or it was a total disaster. So every woman, okay, when she's feeling empowered, see, sometimes even a vaginal birth can turn into an emergency C-section. But at that point, she should feel, yes, I did the best. I knew this is what is best for my baby and me, but not family telling you, oh, you tried and it went for a C-section. What's the whole point? So after the C-section, her postpartum will be better because she will feel like, yes, I tried. I did my best. I did the best for me and my baby. And I knew exactly why my C-section happened. It was not because I did not work, because immediately you have a C-section. It might be, the reason might be the baby has burst meconium during the labor. But people will tell you, oh, you were so weak. Oh, you did not do household work. You were not strong. You were not this. You were not that. You got it. But this woman, she knows the exact reason why her C-section was, and she feels good. My first baby was a C-section, yeah. But at that time, you won't believe that I had general anesthesia during the procedure. So when I came out of the operation theater, you don't know how you are in general anesthesia. So I was like dead, almost looking dead, and I came out. And what happened? The person who was, the next room, there was a girl who had a C-section, and it was a breech baby and a C-section because of that. And she had local anesthesia. So after the operation, she came out like smiling, speaking to others. So for years, I was made to believe that my body was not even good enough to tolerate an operation that I came out looking dead. Just imagine. And I lived that for almost 2-3 years till I became a birth educator myself. And then I knew, oh my God, it was that general anesthesia that made me. I was sedated. It did not, because no one told me that. For years, people were telling me, luckily you do not have a vaginal birth. You would have died in that process only. Because for a C-section itself, you looked half dead after the process. You got it. Yeah. See how much people around you influence, and when it comes from your own family, when it comes from your own husband, when it comes from your own mother-in-law, you take it to heart, and sometimes you believe maybe you are not the women they were.
So beautiful. I could just listen to you talking for hours, and that itself would clear a lot. Give a lot of clarity to my brain. That there's a taboo in the society about a C-section. Then there are so many women also who is afraid of going through that whole process of the vaginal birth. As a birth educator, how do you see both of them as, and do you feel that this is better, that is better?
From a birth educator's perspective, see, I completely support, emergency C-sections and planned C-sections for medical reasons. But, I think if women make informed decisions of going for a C-section, that's okay. But a lot of times it's not an informed decision. It's about the fear of a vaginal birth, which leads them to a C-section, which I do not really support. I think at that point, if women were given enough information that, my body would be able to do it, they would have attempted a vaginal birth. Yeah. See, it's about that people make you feel that you are not women enough as them. You won't be able to bear the pain like I did. Your body is not as good as mine. And that is the whole thing. A lot of women think they cannot do it. You won't believe, I had students telling me I did not plan a baby because I was scared of birth.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah.
Before even thinking about having a baby, for a very long time, I used to think, oh my God, it's a very scary process.
And then when they become pregnant, you feel like, oh my God, in few months I have to birth. And that's very scary, because the only visions of birth we have seen
is in the films.
Exactly.
With
screaming. Yeah, and your grandmother would never had that problem because she saw her mother or her sister birth. She's seen birth was something normalized, but we've not seen it. So for us, it's always something weird, scary, painful. And it's very common to even feel scared about the whole thing, right? But I think when you empower them with the right information, and once they know everything, then I feel it's completely to the choice of the mother to choose a vaginal birth or a C-section. It's her choice. It's her body. But you should give her the information.
They like the correct information,
exactly.
And then let her choose.
Yeah, exactly. And being for my first baby, I had a C-section because of an emergency. My baby passed meconium. Second baby, I had a vaginal birth.
That's very not unheard of.
Yeah. So now I think it's catching up, and mine was a Pakka hospital birth. My vaginal birth after C-section. So, but from a mother's perspective, if you ask me, a C-section and a vaginal birth, trust me, after a vaginal birth, I personally felt the recovery was easier. Because I've gone through both. So I think I can talk about both because I've personally gone through both. The recovery in terms of postpartum, to be very honest, it was better. But that doesn't mean, even after a C-section, I want women to understand that it's not the end. People think that C-section, after that you are ruined, your body is ruined. It's not like that. See, after a C-section, you can, the very next day they ask you to walk.
Stand up and walk.
You can feed your baby the very next day. There is a myth that if you have C-section, you won't have milk. That is a big thing, okay? So yes, and I think C-section is a very noble operation, especially when you do it to save the mother's life or the baby's life. It's one of the most beautifulest act where you allow a person to cut open your body because you want to save another life or you want to save your own life. And I think women should be applauded for that. It is not easy.
It's such a beautiful approach to see a C-section, like it is the advent of science.
Exactly. But the way C-section is belittled is really bad. When you have a C-section, you see a lot of times, okay, when you have a C-section, people tell you like, oh, you had the easy way out. It's not easy to cut 7 layers of your body and expect you walk the next day. You have to breastfeed. Okay, it's not like, see, every other major surgery you have, you are at home taking rest. Okay, can someone else breastfeed your baby? Can someone else, calm the baby when the baby only wants you? And you do that after a C-section. So how much more should you applaud a mother who has gone through a major surgery and still she gets up for the child and she does so much? And how does the society see her? Oh, you've gone through a C-section. Oh, you had the baby easy way out. Oh, your body is weak. And they make you feel half a woman when you go through a C-section sometimes. And I think that's very wrong. C-section, because see, I lived as a C-section mother for almost 11 years before I had my vaginal birth after C-section. So I know how it feels to be a C-section mother out there and how the society sees you there. So I really want to take this opportunity to tell everyone that you are warriors and goddesses on your own still after a C-section. Okay, because it's not easy, come on. Suppose your husband goes to a surgery, how much of pampering happens after that? Here, after the surgery, you are up, you're using the restroom, you're taking care of a little one, and that taking care of a little one is not 1 hour, 2 hours, it's 24/7 into how many days after the surgery? And you're nourishing from your body from your blood is making the milk and sending it to the baby, and your uterus is shrinking. So many things which never happens for any other surgery is happening after a C-section in your body. But are we giving that due respect, or are we giving the due respect to our body? Are we giving a due respect to a woman who has undergone such a thing and is going through such a postpartum? Is my question to the society still.
Just by listening to this thing, I felt such an immense respect for my own body. That yeah, it has been wonderful. It has done so much, but at that time maybe I was busy with the noise of the society of other things, milk and this and that, and I did not even give that attention and love to my own body.
Exactly. See how much your body does for you. I think, people have lost, women especially have lost trust in their bodies because of the noises from the society. See, I want to tell every woman out there, you are as women as your grandmother. If your grandmother could carry a child for 9 months, you are also able to do it. You still have the same uterus. But this whole concept like modern women are weak, modern women are fragile. Oh my God, we do it so well. Okay, they are especially the working mothers, they're working, balancing work, family. And
just because they are not doing like a jhadu pocha bartan.
Exactly. You're not grinding flour, you're not doing this, doesn't mean you're weak. Okay. See, women, and the whole thing is like now women take care of their bodies in different ways. Women work out, they do exercises, they do so many other things to kind of balance. And the thing we have to understand is household chores are not the chores that they do. Times have changed. Okay. And with the kind of life we are running, we cannot do the household chores the same way like they did it.
Actually, it is not required also.
Exactly.
Today we have ready-made attas, so we don't need to actually sit at home and grind. Even if we buy gehu, I mean, there is a place to crush it and they give us crushed fresh gehu. Everything is, we have a mixer grinder. We do not need to use a seal butto. There are people who use it also.
Yeah.
But, if they do not use it, that's not a crime.
Exactly. See, exercises in pregnancy, when we ask women to do it, is mostly to reduce their discomfort and feel confident about their bodies.
Yeah, here I have seen your videos where you play dandiya
Yeah.
with your students. You do practice duck walks
Yes.
around. During my pregnancy, I was doing some dancing videos with my husband. I got, like a array of messages telling me that I am a very careless person and I'm dancing, and it is not right to be, doing some certain movements. And for celebrities left, right, and center, people are judged that you are wearing this shoes, you are behaving a certain way, too out and about. So it's not good. I've seen you, in your pregnancy classes that you are, doing dancing with them. So how does these two things
See,
collide?
first you have to understand, okay, there 80% of pregnant women absolutely have no complications. So you have to understand the ones who come on my videos are the ones who fall under those categories. I would probably not ask someone with a placenta previa or some other medical complication to be dancing with dandiya. At those times, okay, when there are medical complications and the doctor asks you to be on rest, yes, you have to be on rest. But that does not mean everyone in pregnancy have to be on rest. Pregnancy is another normal bodily function. So women have to understand that they can move their bodies the way it is comfortable for them. They don't have to overdo because it's strenuous. And doing exercises in pregnancy not only make them feel confident, it also helps them to reduce discomforts and improve childbirth outcomes. So, and also, okay, when women move their bodies, I personally feel that after that one session of dance, they feel like, okay, I'm just pregnant. I'm not having a disease, because till then, okay, she has to walk a certain way, sit a certain way. She's so scared of her own body. But when she is moving her body in front of a professional and seeing like-minded pregnant women with no complications also moving her body around, she understands that pregnancy is okay. I'm confident about my body. I can birth. I can do this. See, it brings about a lot of confidence. So I think that is very important, that building that confidence into your body, doing the right exercises in pregnancy. So basically those dandiyas, if you look, it's a way of making them do the squats. You make them do squats, 1, 2, 3, they'll be like, Anuka, when will it get over? But when they dance and they do squats, they don't know that they're doing squats. And I tell them, this is a beautiful way of prepping up for labor. So 9th month, take a dandiya stick and you squat with a dandiya. And you won't even know that you did so many squats. Okay, otherwise, if you had an Indian toilet, you would have been squatting. But since that most of the homes don't have an Indian toilet, the other way I make them do it is do dandiya and squats. As simple as that. But people look at it as different. See, when those days women used Indian toilets almost 10 times a day, they were squatting. No one told them it's wrong. But when women are doing duck walks or squatting, now they tell it's wrong.
I'll say something very personal. I am not able to use the Western type of toilet, and I usually squat while preparing for pregnancy. Pre-pregnancy, everyone told me that after pregnancy you will not be able to sit like this, so then you'll have to use the
Western toilet.
And I was like, how? I will not feel comfortable. Only somehow I throughout my pregnancy, obviously, little bit I tried, and my body thankfully adjusted. But now I think that I need not have changed myself. Squatting is normal.
Exactly.
You feel that if you squat, you are pressing the stomach.
See, when you squat, you open up your pelvis more, okay? And so when we ask you to avoid this, when you have complications, then your doctor will say, don't do it.
Like a small cervix or something.
Yeah, shortening cervix, a stitch on your cervix sometimes, or a placenta previa, something like that. And your doctor doesn't want you to put pressure on your pelvis and pelvic floor muscles, then she will tell you.
If I have to ask you, can you say a diet that would prepare a body for a healthy pregnancy, or just at least, a healthy diet?
I want you to know there is no one superfood. Because see, nowadays, they think I have this, if I eat this, it'll get okay. That one food. See, pregnancy is or a healthy conception is not about just eating one food for your fertility. It's about a holistic thing. So first, cutting down stuff is very important, more than thinking about what you eat. First, what you should not eat. Okay. I would recommend highly to cut down sugars. Okay, maida, Okay, and I would prefer you to have more vegetables than fruits. So if you're taking fruits, the sugary ones, you can have lesser of it. And then I would want you to read your labels. Reading your labels is very important. And when there are a lot of chemicals in them, I think you just keep it away. And a lot of refined carbs, a lot of refined sugars, a lot of salt, keep it away and take food which is more natural, okay, more healthy. I think that is very important. Okay. So then when you plan for a pregnancy, generally we don't recommend raw food. Okay, even raw sprouts, raw meat, half cooked meat, we don't recommend them. And generally, okay, smoking, totally no no when you're planning a pregnancy. Yeah.
So that applies to the couple.
Exactly. And even alcohol, okay, if you cut it down, it would really be good. And when I mean no smoking, I know mean no vaping, hookah. It's better to be clean. See, because you're preparing for one of the most beautiful milestones of your life. You're preparing your body to nourish another being. And just few months of giving up something that you were so hooked up to, it's okay when it comes to your own. And it's also about preparing your body for a generation. See, I don't know, when a woman carries a female fetus in her womb, she doesn't just carry her female fetus alone. She also carries the eggs of her future grandchildren. So what she nourishes her baby is not nourishing her baby alone, nourishing her future. So I think that preconception should be taken seriously by couples, that nourishing themselves very well is very important because it can make a very different pregnancy.
How would you advise a husband to participate during the pregnancy days?
See, I would first ask them to make their wife feel heard. See, because during pregnancy, women go through a lot of hormones. Okay. And sometimes, okay, she's just not herself. Okay. On a morning, sometimes she has nausea. And sometimes it's a lot of things are not physical. People only understand the physical part of pregnancy. But families, a lot of times, don't understand what she's going through emotionally. So she's all over the place. Morning, she has a bad temper. Morning, she doesn't feel like getting up and even taking a bath. Her body, I mean, she's feeling so tired. She doesn't want to even get out of bed, and people are telling her, if you're lazy, the baby will be lazy. You got it. And then she's like crying half the time for no reason at all. She's getting mad at you for no reason at all. So a lot of things are going on. So I think men, okay, because see, a woman, okay, when she is well supported in her pregnancy, more than her parents, that support needs to come from the spouse. So because he is the one who's mostly with her during that time. And when he understands, like, okay, she's not mad at me because she wants to be mad at me. She's mad at me because her body is making her do it. Okay. And sometimes, okay, you're all over the place, okay, and he just sits there. I don't expect them to give a solution, but they're holding her hands and just being there when you're going through something like this. It means like saying that, come on, we are pregnant together. Let's do it together. See, but otherwise, no, it's very hard for her. Even when someone who you love the most cannot understand what you're going through, it becomes harder. I think that kind of emotional support is very important. And I think it's very important for men to take an extra step to make them feel loved during pregnancy, because the more love they feel, more good hormones in her body. And it's not only good for her, it's also good for the baby when she is more loved. Okay, because more love can make her feel less stressed also. So showering her with a lot of love and giving her attention during these times, because women crave for attention during pregnancy. So giving her that much needed attention, pampering her a little bit, going with her for her checkups, being with her through a scan. In the night, maybe she can just take some little coconut oil and rub on the tummy and talk to the baby, bond with the mother and the baby. Sometime for her, maybe in the night, a small leg massage, because through the day, it's so hard, no, to carry a pregnant body and move around. And just give her a nice leg massage and say something nice to her before she goes to sleep. And I think that will make a huge difference to any pregnant women out there.
Oh my God, this is the sound itself is so satisfying. And once the baby is born, when the baby is too tiny, even the moms, like new moms, they feel scared. What do I do? I mean, if I'm doing things are right or wrong. Husband feels more lost.
Yeah.
So how do you want, the husband and the wife to come together to take care of the baby and
See,
the
usually,
participation?
yeah, so usually we do couple sessions, okay, where we call in the men, we educate them about pregnancy, how to be a birth support person. And I think that is something which is very important, not just allowing the woman to labor on her own. There are things that you can stand by her, help her, and help her through the birth and all that as a husband, because a loved one presence during birth can make a lot of difference. But he should be ready to handle it physically and emotionally. He should know to do the right things to support her during that phase. So teaching them that and helping them through it. And also I think men need to learn chores, just like baby chores, just like changing diapers, taking baths. See, women, we don't take training for 10 years and do it. We do it the same way. I think we just need to give the men the confidence. See, modern men, okay, to be very honest, okay, they don't have any inhibitions about taking care of the baby. Okay, in fact, okay, when my students when they come for the class, okay, the husband comes, he's like, Akka, when is the couple session? I'm waiting. Okay, because I want to give my baby a bath. I want to do this. I think nowadays, no, men are so much more than the men we saw growing up. The men my sons are seeing growing up are completely different. And I'm so happy that now they want to be an involved parent, taking care of the baby, changing diapers for the baby, trying to put the baby to sleep while mama breastfeed. He can take and walk around, help the baby with the burp, put him down, change clothes, small things like this, okay? All this also helps them to bond with the baby. And for the mother, doing these things help him to bond with the mother, because she looks at you at that point with love, the love that she has never had and never seen, okay? Because she now loves you as a father of her child, and she sees you being the father of the child physically and emotionally. Just not saying I'm the father, but she sees you being hands-on a father that she's never seen her father.
Yeah, because that was a different age.
Exactly. And she will fall in head over in love with you all over again when she sees you doing all those things for the baby. Trust me, I think it takes the couple's relationship to another level.
I was about to ask, do you think, I mean, when the couple involves, couple in the sense, the couple, even the husband gets involved in doing the baby chores, that revives their relationship?
Exactly. See, because the mother, no, in postpartum, she feels so lost. Like we have hormones in pregnancy. What is very less spoken about are the hormones in postpartum. And it's all over the place. There are a lot of times a mother just doesn't feel she loves the child. Okay, there is this wife so demanding, making her get up 10 times in the night, making her change diapers. And what the society expects, you have to be in head over heels in love with the baby. When you're not even in love with yourself, you don't even know what's happening to you. Everything is so different and no one has prepared you for that. They think, okay, it's a magical metamorphosis. It just happens. But that struggle, no one spoke to you. Even your own mother and grandmother never spoke to you. Okay, in the recent mother session, okay, we were talking about postpartum depression, and I asked the mothers and grandmothers, that is my students' mothers and grandmothers, have you heard about something like this in postpartum? And they all said no. And then I asked, okay, have you heard about spirits and ghosts?
Exactly. I want to say that, we feel that, postpartum depression, this is a very newly invented word.
Exactly.
And like previous generation, it never existed. And it's a new age thing.
Yeah. And then when I asked this question about, okay, where did you hear about someone in the family behaving very differently after the baby because she was kind of, maybe taken over by a spirit or something bad happened to her, and they had 10-12 stories.
I have a story like that, yes.
And then I was telling them, what do you think happened to the mother then? Because they were not able to even recognize postpartum blues. That's the starting. when postpartum blues are not recognized, sometimes not everyone goes into postpartum depression. Yes, few people go into. And when postpartum depression is not given medical help, it can even go to postpartum psychosis. So they know a mother who was trying to harm the baby. They know a mother who put salt in everyone's food. They know a mother who was not sleeping through the night and just blabbering. What was all this? It was postpartum psychosis, which was not recognized, and you were giving different names to it. And then they realized, yes, we remember. I think it's very important, okay? See, more than pregnancy, I think postpartum, okay, is something that people have to talk about. How a mother like this cannot become a mother. Even though you've given birth, it takes months for you to feel normal again, for your hormones to feel normal again, for your body to feel normal again. Okay, sometimes, okay, after the baby, you turn back and you feel you've lost the old you. And that is something that no one can give back. And for her, it takes time to realize that, no, I cannot be that old me. My body has gone through so much, and it's okay to feel what I feel. It's okay to not feel that love for the baby. I'm not a bad mother because my body is coping up with something else, and to feel loved at that point.
The body is coping up to understand the new you.
Exactly.
And once it does, only then you can come to the next step, which is the baby, which is an extension of you.
Yeah. So the whole family is like baby, baby, baby. And you're looking at the baby like, oh my God, I don't know next time when he's going to get up. That's the thing you have. Okay. I still remember in postpartum, okay, my favorite place used to be the bathroom. Okay. I would just love to go and sit there for some time and just like, and I hated it when even you lose that privacy. After 10 minutes, someone will bang. The baby needs a feed. Come out soon. The baby is crying. And you're like, what a life. Yeah. I mean, and it is hard. Okay. So there is so much, people talk about the joy of having a baby, but people fail to talk about how much the woman goes through after the baby and how much of support she requires. Yeah. And when support, people think that, yeah, you have a nanny, you have a nurse. What support you need? We've given you everything. We've put everything. But what about emotional support?
I want to know this on this because I have 2 babies. I have 2 nannies also because each baby requires one somebody when I am with one baby or when I am out. So one person is not, especially a third person cannot handle 2 babies together.
Okay.
I am every day, I am in front of my audience getting judged. And some of them are pretty rude. I find it rude because they are open. They say, what, child bringing are you talking about? Because you have to help. So when you have money, you don't need anything else. Yet, when you were talking everything, every word resonated with me. And I think throughout this podcast, this is the first podcast, I think I almost had tears in my eyes. It would definitely look unprofessional if I burst out into tears.
Yeah.
But it's even if you have 1,000 help, a mother is a mother who is going through postpartum. Even though I'm absolutely well dressed and coming and sitting and doing my job correctly, even though I have help, but that doesn't lessen up my anxiety or nothing of it any lesser, even 1%. Than somebody who is just sitting in front of the baby always. So how would you want to address such mothers?
See, I want to tell you, okay, that being a mother is one of the most
because I'm
toughest.
Controlling my tears.
Yeah, I understand
my
that.
Nose
so this is for you also.
Blowing.
Yeah.
My
so I want
nose
to tell,
is
okay,
watering.
see, you don't have to let people judge you. No one has the right to judge you as a mother. There is no good mother, bad mother, superpower mother. A mother doesn't need any adjectives. Being a mother is enough by all. Okay. And I think you don't have to be frightened to show the mother you are. Okay. I always tell this. Don't get scared to show the mother in you. It's okay. Whatever you want to do it. Face the world as a mother. You can be any kind of mother you want to. You write your own motherhood. Don't let anyone write it for you, because at the end of the day, it's your body, your baby, your children, your rules. Okay? People who are talking this are not going to come, and when the baby is sick or something, they are not going to go through the mental agony that you are going through. Whatever happens with your child, it's going through your mind, not with anyone else. So I think, okay, you have to feel enough as a mother. We don't need society to make us feel that you are enough. I think I want to tell this to every mother out there. You are enough as a mother. You remember that. See, I don't know if this sounds a little spiritual, but I always tell this to my students. If a baby chooses you, okay, among all the millions and zillions of lives out there, that baby believed in whatever case that you are the best mother. Otherwise, it would have gone to someone else. If it came to you, trust me, she believed or he believed you are the best mother, and God believed that you would do the best to the child and the child would do best to you. It's no other way.
Oh,
So never in your life, never in your life don't think maybe my child deserves a better mother. That could have never happened. You are the best. God knew it and your baby knew it. And that's why you have them with you.
How beautiful, how calming, how peaceful, how confident, and how empowering the whole thing is. And it kind of sorted the whole thing out for me. You talk about, overall health, and in the overall health is personal hygiene.
Exactly.
And which a female really feels very inhibited to talk about. We feel that no, we should be, not talk about it. One of that is, having a washed out mark in the panties, which so many females have, and then we usually, do not show it, or, feel shy to, even put it in front of anybody. What is that actually?
See, what happens is that, okay, your pH of the vagina is acidic. And so what happens is it's very normal that your, your panties get bleached out because of this, because of the discharges that come out. Even for years, even I felt that, okay. So whenever I had my panty like this, I used to think it was so dirty down there. So that's why it was happening. Okay. And I was not very clean down there. But it is actually a very natural phenomenon. And I thought I have to put it out, because many women like me would have felt the same thing. They would have felt very dirty about seeing their underwear having a bleached stain there. So I think it is very important for us to understand, because no one talks about it. See, it's there everywhere, but we don't even, only if we have a doubt, we will search for information. But if we are made to believe that, yes, it's dirty down there, we don't even think about the next step,
we
right?
Accept it.
Yeah, we accept it. That's it. I think the change needs to happen. Even things like, okay, we have people asking us, how do I lighten my vagina? See, vagina is supposed to be in a certain color, and there's no reason you have to lighten it. But people think that there's beauty, you have to lighten it, and then only it looks. No, see, vagina, I mean, your vulva comes in different shapes and different sizes, and you have to accept your body as it is. And I think every woman is beautiful in their own way. And if you accept that, you don't have to follow certain standards of beauty, and every woman is beautiful on their own. I think it will really make life easier for any women out there.
Absolutely. We all women actually needed to hear this loud and clear. When somebody sees you, they would feel that you're very traditional. What you talk is absolutely empowering. And another thing I hear from you is, when a woman adjusts with the in-laws, they are praised. And when a man is adjusting with the in-laws, they are demeaned. This is a very modern approach to the society. It's not only for the women to be appreciated, but men, if they want to change also, they are pulled down, and they are, looked down upon. They are, given certain names. So even if they want to be a certain way for the changing generation, they cannot be. So do you have something to say about that?
I think it's all about raising your son. It goes back there. Okay, see, the thing is like, I don't think, okay, what we can do right now is change people around us. I think the change should start from everyone's home, especially when you raise a son. I feel women have more responsibility than raising a daughter. So these things, okay, should be embodied when they are small, that it's okay to do certain things, okay? And just because they've not seen their grandfathers and fathers doing it, it doesn't mean that they cannot do it, or they can completely do it, okay? So I think it's about we as mothers emphasizing those things which will actually make a change.
You said something beautiful. We have to change. We have to change as a society. We have to change people. But whom do I change? Do I go change you? Do I go change you? Do I catch hold of a person? It's always better to change the next generation.
Exactly. So I really think, okay, even when we are raising sons, okay, even to start off with, I think they need to know very essential informations, like even about periods. The mother going through a period, she goes month on month through a period, okay, and those days this is how she would be, and it's completely normal whatever she's going through, so that he has the sensitivity of not bullying another girl when he grows up and she stains her she stains her dress, because he has to understand this is a normal phenomenon that his own mother goes through, and it's okay. Sometimes I have stained bed sheets at home, okay, and I don't shy away from hiding it, and I say, yeah, the bed sheet is stained last night, so I'm taking it to wash. It's okay. So let him get used to it, yeah, because it's not something unnatural that happened. It's something natural, and it's okay.
How
and I think
beautifully empathetic human beings those boys would end up being.
I think that's absolutely very important, okay? Because as mothers, no, what many of us do is we hush away a lot of things that we go through, okay? Be it physical health or even being things like this. So what happens is that, no, these
At what
boys,
age did you start?
I think I started when my son was in 5th or 6th. Okay, there was a stained legging. I still remember on my this thing, and he asked what was it, and I said it was blood. And he said, where did the blood come from? Then I told him, see, baby, this is how the uterus is. Every month there is a lining, thinking that there might be a baby coming in, so the body wants to nourish it. But when the baby doesn't come in, then the lining sheds and it comes out as periods. And every month a mother goes through it, okay, a woman goes through it, and she will go for 2 days, 3 days, and those days I will have cramps. I might not be able to do something the way I used to do it before. I might be a little cranky and all that. It's very normal. So sometimes, okay, there will be days that he recognizes now. Now he's 14, and even before I say, he'll ask me, Amma, are you on your periods? I'll be like, yes. And he say, okay, fine. Yeah. And he moves away. He understands. I think that's very important, because see, when sometimes, okay, when we tell men that I'm having my periods and I'm going through this, he feel like, even my mother had periods. She never went through all this. Why are you making a big scene? Or you're too weak to even go through it. Because your mother hushed it up. She always looked so powerful throughout her whole race. I mean, she never talked about how difficult it was to go through something. And I think it's very important to tell sons that, yes, it's okay. You cannot be always that I have 100 hands and I can do everything. It's okay to tell that I am tired. I can't do it right now. I feel so weak now. I really can't do it. Why should we hush up everything that we go through, especially something physical? Okay. And I think women, when they understand that it is normal, okay, especially when they learn it from their mothers, I think they will be more sympathetic and empathetic adults when they grow up. And if you see the papers, what do we see? Assaults, rapes, okay. Who is more responsible? People are telling women rest bad, women rest this, it's the women, one side. But wasn't all of that done by a man? So, what should we concentrate on? Sending women to karate classes, or raising your son with better moral values and teaching him to respect women and their bodies?
That too coming from a son's mother, it sounds 100% correct and something that people should learn from.
See, if we want a better India, you want a safer India for women, we need to raise our sons well. More than anything, women empowerment alone will not do it. Empowering boys, empowering young boys from a very small age, giving them the right information, teaching them to respect women, teaching them to respect women's bodies are very important from a very young age.
It is so, 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 so beautiful. Oh my God, every time I'm listening to you, I'm kind of getting drifted away into that conversation. And isn't it magical? My God. I just want millions of people to just listen to this, and I think we'll have a better place to live in.
Exactly. I think every mother of a son, okay, needs to be the change.
This reminds me of a video that I have seen on social media. Like passing on generational trauma. Like a grandmother is passing on something, and that mother is passing on to the daughter, and now the daughter dilutes it and passes on, fresh water. So for a very long time, I did not understand what it meant, what kind of generational trauma. I mean, generational traumas are not, I feel, a particular thing, but some of the thoughts as simple as, a woman is capable of everything. I am a goddess Durga with 10 hands, and I can do this, I can do that, I can do that, I can do that, and with a smile and a power in the face. And that's how I always perceived women as, and I also grew up as. But after being a mother, I realized I don't need to teach my daughter to, withstand pain and, put a smile always, put a powerful face always. Because it's very painful to eat your pain and to always do multitask and all. It's okay to not know something. It's okay to say that it is my bad day. It's okay to say, it's okay. Nobody's gonna judge you. You don't need to be a perfect goddess Durga. I think I cleansed that bit of mine, and I am just me,
Exactly.
with imperfections, with lows and highs and everything in front of my daughters, so that they are not gonna try to even be like a goddess with 10 hands and a huge smile.
Exactly. You put it out very beautifully. I think that's also a big change, that we need to show our raw self as a mother to our children. We don't have to act to our children. Okay. See, if you cannot be the human being you are to the human being you made, what is the whole point? Yeah. They need to see it more than anyone else in the world. I think you have to show the human being you are. Okay.
Yeah, because
with all your ups and
you.
downs. As if you're going to be only showing the ups and ups,
they will not know how to handle the downs.
Okay, they've never seen the downs, and they will start having a low self-esteem when they have the downs, like we do now. I'm not able to handle the children like my mother did. I'm less of a woman. My grandmother had 8 children and she managed it. I have 2 and I'm not able to do it. Oh my God, what a woman am I.
I think sometimes we just need to cut off the noise from our surroundings.
Exactly.
And we will be in a much more better state. Because, sometimes what we think about ourselves is nothing but the reflection of what others think about us. So they feel that this is how it is. So we start feeling a certain way. So being in the public eye, I have kind of learned, to cut off. And but today, after, your videos had inspired me so much. But today, after meeting you, I can understand why there are thousands and thousands and lakhs of people who are coming and doing sessions with you. I just wish I had met you a while back. I would have had some sessions to, overcome a lot of things in my life, handled it in a better way. And I have a last question, which is because you started off with, you are feeding till 4-year-old. So there's a friend of mine I remembered her. Her daughter is 2.5, no, 3 year now, and she's still breastfeeding. And to all the mothers, as it looks like, I mean, it is not necessary. After I mean, she's given free advice that after 1 year, I mean, the milk loses its value. It is water, so you are feeding for nothing.
Breast milk has no nutritional value after a point, and it's only water is absolutely not true. See, your body makes something from your blood. How can it be just water at whatever point you're breastfeeding? So I would completely deny that fact. And what I would say is, see, a mother nourishes her baby. And please understand that breastfeeding is more than just food. It's a bond, it's a connection. And I think every mother and baby has a right to do it the way they want. Yeah. And I think no one has the right to judge anyone for how long they want to breastfeed or how they want to go about it. I think it is personally between the mother and child. And when the child is ready, when the mother is ready to wean off, then they can start the process of doing it. But it should be a decision that she takes it out, I mean, from her own. And I think weaning off should be done in a very gentle way, because it's such a beautiful bond that you're going to be cutting down. But just because the family is telling you, stop feeding, stop feeding, stop feeding, sometimes the mother is not ready, the baby is not ready. And it only traumatizes both the mother and the baby. A lot of people don't talk about it. But actually, it's hard for the mother to stop breastfeeding as hard as it is for the baby. We only talk about the baby. What about the mother? Something that she was nourishing from her body, all of a sudden she had to cut stop. She should be ready, and she should do it at a pace when she feels good and the baby feels good at whatever point, be it at whatever time she wants to do it. Okay, I think it is a completely personal decision, and the society does not have any say at it. So WHO recommends 2 years of breastfeeding. Okay, and they are okay of extended breastfeeding. There is nothing like you should not breastfeed your baby at 3 or 4. There's nothing like that. So do you know that a woman who has had a baby in surrogacy can actually breastfeed?
Oh, I did not know that.
That is true, because there is something called induced lactation. So you don't have to be a biological mother to breastfeed. That's how beautiful your bodies are. And when you have your own baby, you think your baby will not be getting that milk. Your body can make it. It's because more of misinformation. See, the more the baby suckles at the breast, the more the milk is formed. If the latch is good and the baby is suckling, there is no way your milk can stop. You got it. So however long you're going to be doing this, it is still going to be possible to breastfeed. This is the truth that people have to hear. Okay, see, how is it that I'm able to breastfeed at 40 then? And I was not able to do it at 26.
So it is the outside noise that you need to cut off and trust your body.
Exactly.
And go on with the process.
Yes, see, you have to check if the latch is good. Okay, the latch is the most important. The way the baby holds on to the breast, the latch is good, and the baby is suckling, drawing out milk properly, milk is made. Everything is only secondary. The food you eat, everything else. And you have to nourish yourself well, because 80% of breast milk is water. So you have to replenish liquids so that you don't feel dehydrated, tired, and all that. Yeah. So that
is there any food that can help in?
To be very honest, this is a question that people ask me, because I've been breastfeeding for a long time, and now we are in the process of weaning. Okay, we are just gently weaning off, and I'm probably in another couple of months, I think we would be completely weaning off. But to be honest, no. I would always say trust your body and believe that when your baby suckles, more milk is made. See, everything else is secondary. So just trust your body. I mean, if you have breastfeeding problems, there are lactation consultants and counselors. Meet someone and get your latch checked. See what the problem is. Immediately, okay, don't tell a mother you're not making milk. You don't have milk. I think that should stop. If a baby cries, people think the baby cries only for milk. A new baby will cry. I mean, a newborn baby will cry when he's feeling cold, when he's passing urine, when he's passing motion. I mean, there's so many things.
It's not only that when the baby is hungry.
Yeah,
You're
exactly.
crying, the baby is hungry.
Oh, you didn't feed the baby. Oh, you're not eating solely, the baby is not getting milk. Oh, the baby is crying because you did not eat. Oh, you ate this solely. So the whole blame game, sometimes it makes mothers get fed up and just stop breastfeeding. You got it? They don't do it, okay? See, women I mean, a lot of times, okay, a lot of mothers are made to believe that she cannot make milk. Her body is not enough to make milk. She does not have the capacity to make milk. And that is when a mother chooses other methods of feeding. You got it? It's most of the times, okay, she was not given the right help or the right information. They just make her believe, convince her completely. And you know how hard it is. You've nurtured a baby for 9 months. The baby comes outside and the baby is crying, and people blame you for whatever agony the baby is going through. It is because of your body. Okay? And that's the reason why, okay, how can she see the baby crying and going through so much? So her next resort will be like any mother, however breast milk is good, she will want to, help that baby at that point, right? And she will restore to other methods of feeding. It's not because she's lazy. A lot of mothers don't give formula because she's lazy, she wants to look good, she's not a good mother, I don't want to take care of the baby. It's because she's made to believe that she is not enough. She cannot do it, and she cannot see a baby crying with hunger. She wants to do something. She wants to help the baby. Yeah. I think a lot of formula feeding mothers are judged being lazy. You don't want to do this. No. I hear so many stories why women give formula. And the first step would be, there would be one day when she was made to feel that, no, you have to do something. Otherwise, the baby will starve. And what do you expect a mother to do? You got it?
So pregnancy and childbirth actually is the most underrated thing in our society.
Exactly.
People say that, our population is this big. That means, birthing a child is one of the easiest thing to do. And, to attend a class or a webinar, offline, online, I mean, sometimes you feel, really, for pregnancy, it's such a natural process. You'll just sail through it. But today, after sitting with you, I completely understand why it would have been so important to attend a class, a few sessions, to help me, do all the things that went wrong. Even though apparently from outside, everything looks perfect.
Exactly.
Because not all the traumas I have spoken about personally, but I think there are so many things in so many batches that could have been corrected and done in a different way. And the last one was being, when around the 7 months my milk was decreasing, nobody was there to tell me that, okay, fine, continue, carry on, things will fall in place. Everybody was like, okay, no problem, just give formula. So this is something I feel that, and I was more than the baby, I don't know whether the baby would understand, remember, but I was going through a trauma. Oh my God, I felt that the connection that we were making, that is breaking like forever, and it's not gonna come back ever. So yes, you said correct. It is tough for the baby, but it is tougher for the mother as well to stop that. So I had to eventually stop, because obviously she's full with a big bottle of milk, and then obviously I cannot say now you suckle. So expert advice and people like you is so important in our society, when we really underestimate the whole process of pregnancy and childbirth. Thank you so much once again.
Yeah, thank you so much. It was such a pleasure, and thank you for bringing me all the way from a small town, Tirupur, to a big metropolitan like Mumbai.
Imagine when your work speaks volume, the place does not matter.
Exactly.
So women out there who just want to do something, they write to me, I'm feeling clueless, what I want to do something. just do what you think you want to do, and do it with passion, and it will reach places, isn't it?
Exactly. So beautifully put out. Yeah.
Thank you so much once again. And she has to go shopping, by the way, in Mumbai.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank
It was
you.
such a pleasure being on your show.
Thank you.
Thank you.